I know.
Hey guys, hey, thank you for whoever you are tuning in. What the hell are you doing here? This isn't your stream, this is our stream, but we don't even know what we're doing because we've been through 5 different video conferencing solutions. We've been through Google Meet, Zoom, into
Oh my God.
back into Google Meet, back over here, and what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the metaverse, the solution to all that jazz, and we're going to be talking about MYX Metaverse, which is a product that you can play for free if you've got an Oculus Quest. And hey, to be honest, if you're watching this, you probably know all about it. So we're just gonna just welcome, and we thought we would maybe take a quick moment to introduce ourselves as the team that are putting this product together. We want to call this little kind of update to you the selfie series, because this is a great opportunity for us as the product team to effectively take the camera, point it at ourselves and tell you what we're up to. And there's a lot of stakeholders starting to take part in this particular project. So if you're one of them, thank you for your support, and welcome to us. So I'm first of all, I'm Paul. I'm, I guess, the creative director, the founder of the product, and I've gone and stuck my little feelers out and tried to find the coolest people I can to help me make this product and project a success. And some of them are here, and we'll just introduce you straight into Ben Biggie G Gilbert. He's come in here and actually invested some of his cold hard cash into the project to help it get off the ground. So big thanks to Ben, and also Kevin Lum, who incidentally was the first person to find out that I was even making this kind of project way back, about nearly
like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's been a long interesting road. Big circle of life has Zinnia come to fruition. So this meeting is basically just an opportunity for us to really introduce ourselves to you, give you a bit of an update. Well, we're going to have a meeting whether you're listening or not, and we just thought maybe we'd make it nice and transparent for you. Quick agenda, I'll just run through. We've got maybe 30 minutes, probably 20, because Ben's about to run out of juice on his phone while he sits there drinking Coronas at the. Where are you at, Ben?
I'm currently at a friend's housewarming out in Papakura in South Auckland, New Zealand.
Well, we don't want to waste your time, Ben, so we'll rip through it quick.
No, waste my time. It's fine. It's like more of the 21% of juice that I can see running down on my phone. So we're all right.
Yeah, all good. If you just disappear, we know you haven't fallen off a cliff.
No.
Okay, and we might just quickly whip through wins from the last meeting, because that's something I think is personally pretty important to like really focus on the cool stuff that's been happening in the week that's gone. I could give you a bit of a quick overview, but I've probably done most of that already. We'll do a quick high-level roundtable. We'll just talk about the different things that we're each working on. So I guess for all those who need a quick introduction, I'm kind of sitting across the development, the technology stuff, the actual the game development itself. Kev's sitting across a lot of the blockchain type orientated tasks, because we are looking at becoming a true metaverse product with NFT type solutions inside it, and potential currency. And he might run you through some of that in a minute. And Ben's also kind of sitting across, in many ways, I would imagine Ben kind of rolling into a GM type position inside the project, where he just kind of got his fingers across all sorts of pies. But at the moment, he's really focusing in on, I guess, the sales and events and stuff, Ben? And some of the relationships that we've got there. So without further ado, maybe if we just want to just start ripping into it from a introduction level, if you guys want to just give a quick little, what the fuck you're here, that would be great.
Of course. So I'll go first then. I'm Ben Biggie. So I saw this project a long time ago. Me and my friend, Paul, we've known each other for a very long time now, bro. We even dabbled in a group that we're going to call ourselves PG at one point. That's right. It's been a while. So and then good close mate, Steve. Actually got me onto what you were doing, bro, and I was really impressed on and I could see the future and what's going on, and then my brain just started flooding with ideas. So then we also started talking and started flooding each other with ideas on how this how MYX can come to fruition, and then how we could basically take the scene that it is now and make it amazing. And what a lot of people, actually before the whole metaverse was even spoken about, we actually talked about it. So yeah, I came on board, and then we started talking some more. Started putting some more ideas into to this baby. Started growing, and then I guess it was when you know, the metaverse starts spoken about. We're like, shit, okay, well, we were thinking this a long time ago. We need to start pedaling fast because we've got a brilliant idea here, and we need to move fast on this. So ever since that point there, yeah, I came on board. You know, put my money where my mouth was, and put my mouth where the money was. And here we are
felt
today.
good, man. It felt really good. It felt really good when you put your money where the mouth was. You know, like,
yep.
Because it was all about the money shot. You know.
You know, I fully believe in what we're doing, and I, you know, want to charge 100 miles in that direction. And like you said, with my connections, the people I know, and it was just funny that you actually brought Kev on. And then I was like, yeah, I know Kev Lum. He's been a boy of mine for like 13, 14 years now. So, yeah,
we've been friends for too long, then.
Now. Here's Kev.
That's right.
Go, Kev.
You, Kev.
Yeah, you, mate.
Very cool. Well, fun fact is, like, Ben and I used to actually work together on a little project that we wanted to start ourselves. We've been friends for years. I've been friends with Paul for many, many years as well. And it was, as you said, Paul, like you showed me the concept idea so long ago. That was like years and years ago when we talked about Night City. And we were just, I was like, oh my God, this would be amazing. And then, like, fast forward like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, right? It was like, okay, I think I texted you and I was like, dude, Night City would be awesome right now with all this COVID stuff happening right now. And you're just like, yeah, well, actually, well, check this out. This is what it's evolved into. I was like, oh my God, like, this is incredible. And somehow in the midst of all that time, I've also connected with a bunch of crypto guys who have all been, you know, telling me about NFTs and everything and setting up tokens. And I thought, what a perfect way for us to integrate this into the system as well. So that's basically where we're at right now, aren't we? We've started looking at different NFT structures and how we can effectively creating a whole an entire economy based around MYX, which is, I find, is so interesting. And so it's really, really great to be part of the team. And yeah, thank you guys so much for what you guys are doing.
Well, as soon as Paul said that you're going to be part of the team, bro, like, especially you haven't talked actually about your current business at the moment with the honey business, with the trading business, things like that. So you've got a real good understanding of business in general, which, you know, like I say, I don't really have a huge, you know, I'm good with like personal relations and things like that and building gigs, etc. But as a part of the business side of stuff, in that sort of world, you bring a real good token to that, my brother. And I guess you could name drop who we're partnering with right now, bro, with the NFT brand.
Yeah, so we are like we're partnering with Phantasma right now, and they have an incredible blockchain platform which allows us to basically have smart NFTs, which are, compared to the traditional NFTs, is they are now able to have these smart NFTs that can evolve over time. So not only that, you could have, say, for example, we're even in the talks about having real estate where you can buy an apartment NFT, but you can also purchase NFTs, which are like home decor, like couches, TVs, pot plants. You can purchase all of these things that as NFTs, and you can put them all together as one NFT and then on-sell them in the future. Not only that, the plants themselves can evolve into trees if you want them to. So there's a lot of possibilities there. And in terms of ticket sales, because you know, with MYX, the biggest part of it is selling live concerts and digital concerts, virtual concerts. The possibilities are phenomenal in terms of what you can allow customers to then have access to in the future. So it's very, very exciting and very, very in terms of the creative aspect, it's mind blowing because there's so many things that we can do with it, right? So it's really, really fun. And yeah, really, really cool to be able to be part of the team to draft it all up.
That's probably a good segue into something which I can kind of provide the community with, is that one of the biggest challenges technically and design. So from my perspective, I'm kind of sitting as a creative director across the whole thing, just trying to make sure that the vision actually gets delivered out. And one of the challenges that I've got from that kind of perspective is there's so many opportunities, so many different new technologies. All this stuff is converging and coming together at a rapid rate. All of a sudden, you know, you've got blockchain, you've got VR, you've got high quality game development systems, you've got just like an interest in MMO, you got Facebook. Oh, we're moving to the metaverse, you know. So there's all these different massive forces coming together, and that's opening up a whole raft of potential for, and I mean, ultimately that's why everyone's excited about the metaverse, because of all the opportunities it unfolds. But from our perspective, how do we actually pick and choose what, you know, is important to focus on? Like at the moment, we're running on a very tight, stringent budget, and we need to make sure we continue in this really kind of what do you call it, concise fashion in case the money doesn't come along. We need to be able to keep this project going, and that's very important, that we stay very on track and we don't get deviating away from and kind of get lured away into all the possibilities that the metaverse does offer. But at the same time, because there's so much money being thrown around in this particular sphere, we have to think big, like Kevin's saying. Like we have to actually think right off the scale and think, well, what if you know, Epic just turns around and throws 100 million at us? But how do we make good of that and actually turn this product into
abundance is everywhere?
100%. Right. So it's exciting, but it's also quite, without a doubt, it is quite, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it's quite daunting. It's probably a good word. There is a lot to take in, and there's a lot of opportunity to choose from. It's kind of like a kid walking into a candy store and saying, right, I've got $2, which one am I going to buy? And yeah, so very exciting, very daunting, big challenges ahead. But hell, we have got the we've got the motivation, but we've also got the momentum, and that's what's most exciting. So yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Kev. Thanks, Ben. From my side, I've been watching a lot of the community feedback, because one of the most important things is, as we sort of put this demonstration product out into the market, we really need to kind of test our assumptions and see if what people playing it what we thought they would, you know, our assumptions of what they might feed back to us. And the feedback I've been getting from the crow's nest position is that, shit, man, people can see this, people actually want this, and it's really amazing how excited some people are. One person actually, I shit you not, they called me a god yesterday. So
beautiful.
You know, I mean, that's the kind of way that people are responding to this, is like they've said here.
You are.
Well, you know, to be fair, bro, like, you know, I know you're going to kick on to this soon, but like one of the most amazing things is what you're doing, bro, is that you've managed to create a world with a dribble piss of funding. Well, actually zero funding. You've created a world. A lot of people look back on what you've done so far that have been pumped with millions of dollars and things like that and gone, how the fudge did you create the world with the minimal funding you have? Plus, not only that, you've only been game developing, what, 5 years?
Less, yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, you know, like it's a, you know, and what, so that, to be fair, that's what we're doing, is that, and we haven't even talked about the hertz rates and things like that we've managed to push the Oculus yet. You know, with our developers and what you're doing, you know, we've managed to stretch the hertz rate, which no other company's done yet.
That's right.
So we're going to be a leader in that, and we'll be selling that technology back to people probably. But in regards to that, So it means that whatever money is pumped into MYX right now is going to be a bloody river.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
with what we
Yep.
can create,
That's right.
because what you've started. So, you know, everyone that's pumping millions of dollars right now and hitting walls, you've already crushed those walls, mate, with the technology that you've already created. So we're running.
Yep.
As soon as that money comes in, we're running.
That's right.
Remember, Paul, when you first started showing me the developments of MYX, I was like, dude, you are like the architect in the Matrix. Like, that's essentially what you're doing right now. That's what you're doing. And so it was mind blowing, and I was just like, holy shit, like this is a big project. And it's so exciting because it is literally bringing on a brand new world. Like, it is so big. And there's so many exciting possibilities about this. Like, not only talking about from events, by the way, events is just a niche. We're now talking a new world of commerce, a new world of, you know, anything that transacts cash for a service. You know what I mean? Like we've spoken before about therapy, things like that. There's so many different things that we can blow up with this business. I'm excited to talk about all the other districts and stuff like that we're all planning on setting up. There's a lot of exciting things in the pipeline. So yeah.
Well, that's probably a good segue to actually work into the pipeline stuff. So a lot of people kind of out there that might be watching this, and that could come back and watch this in the future, because this is supposed to be a bit of a documentary on how this all unfolded, isn't it? Some of the things that we've got coming up that's pretty exciting. I was talking to my lead dev at the moment and today, and he said that I've got it, multiplayer is working. So we now have full body avatars, Ready Player Me, operational. It's operational to a point where, you know, he's ready to show me his work and say, right, let's meet. And this will be the first time that we have ever met at all, because he lives in Germany.
In MYX.
And we're going to meet for the first time inside our own product, inside this project, inside the metaverse. And we'll be go up and fist bump and shake hands and stuff. And that's going to be a trip, right? That's going to be a trip. And I said to my dad today, I was like, Dad, you need to go buy a Quest, because you need to put your, you need to stake your right to be one of the first people in the real metaverse. You know, don't lose that opportunity. And let's meet together. You know, like I could walk up and give my dad a hug in the metaverse in VR. That's a whole step and leap ahead of what we're kind of dealing with right now inside VC. So that's awesome. Absolutely. I think that's a massive thing. Quickly, on terms of pipeline, we've got some killer, like I can say from a high level quickly, we've got some killer relationships starting to unfold, which are really exciting, man. I'll let Ben sort of rip into the, you know, EDM TV stuff if he wants to. There's I've got a secured deal with 2 major super clubs globally already. So one of them is one of the world's top 100 nightclubs. They have built a parallel project that is effectively the same as MYX itself, but just a little bit different to their own vices. You could say it's a different district. That's launching probably in a week or 2 as well. And that will be 2 major nightclub projects that are separate and absolutely related. And you can move Ready Player Me, your same avatar, through both projects. And that is the beginning of the metaverse. And no one else has anywhere near what we have as a brand to that virtual events kind of offering. So that's really exciting. And we also have implemented some other technologies, like Ben was mentioning, around the hertz, like actually doubling the frame rate capability. And what you're seeing out there at the moment is 6 months behind where we are actually at in the development cycle. You just haven't got access to that stuff yet, but it will come. It will come very soon, and you'll be quite blown away at how far it has advanced. So that's some cool stuff from my side. Ben, you got anything there you want to drop in?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're saying there, like we've had the 70 hertz, right? So everyone right now is 60 hertz. Is that correct? Is that where we're sort of
Yeah,
right
so
now?
there's, well, to be fair, and don't tell App Lab, but we're supposed to be running at about 60 hertz, but we're kind of running at about we're running at about 45. And they will they will get really pissy at me if they find out that I've. But anyway, that's just the way that hustling goes.
So what's happening is that we've now, like I say, but you developer have to now run in 70 hertz. So basically, what that does is that opens the world of possibility of multiplayer full body connectivity. So we are going to have that connectivity. Basically, I'd say before anyone else. So the way that we're doing right now is we're going to have leaps and bounds before everyone else. Another positive of what we're doing is that we're kind of like going towards the R18, well, R18-ish segment, where a lot of the metaverse is going quite fluffy. You know, it's going, well, I'm not trying to, like, you know, I've got friends that have done Fluff World. They're killing it, and I love it. I love what they're doing.
They're particularly fluffy.
Yeah. Talk about what, you know, there is going to be talk that we can even cross bridge. So a beauty of what us and MYX and what me and Paul and Kevin is about connectivity and a community. We want to basically bring everyone together. We want to have a platform where, you know, you can freely bring your avatar into our world within reason. In a sense of, say, if you did come as a bunny character, you'll be dressed as your bunny character, etc. So that's kind of the world that we're delivering. We still want to have that realism. We still want to have the fun. They have the fun, but have the realism as well. So I am very good friends with EDM TV. EDM TV is a brand new launch. They are basically the MTV of now. So they are going to be the mainstreaming electronic dance music television that you will see appear online soon. It's probably kind of bad. I should probably be talking about it. They might slap my wrist for it because they haven't even launched it yet. But yeah, so just maybe secretly I told you that. But yeah, it's going to happen. So we're going to be big partners with them in regards to that. So all our streaming services, virtually streaming, meaning our virtual DJs, and yeah, it's all going to be streamed through the network. You'll be able to see it live in your apartment before you go out. You'll be able to stream EDM TV. Not only that, there's another company as well. I always get the name wrong. I believe it's RX. So RX, we are currently talking to as well. They capture 3D events in real time. They're going to be the next big ball players in the 3D capture realm. So what that means is that we will be capturing events in 3D in real time. Now, what we have to make a decision of the company and of the people as well, because we are massively community based. So whatever you guys say, we definitely take on board and we will put through our tube. So we love your community. Thank you so much for everyone that's currently in the Discord right now that is making comments and advising us on what should be there. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that, and you guys will be rewarded for that, as well as the early players too. So everyone in the Discord right now will be rewarded too in some way. But not only that, is that we will be able to capture in either 3D or eventually I want our bands to have 3D motion capture attached to them, so we can capture their live performances with motion capture, meaning that we can provide their performances on demand, and you could potentially even walk around the band if you wanted to. Or we could have the option where you can't walk around the band and you can see them live in their own avatars. So
that would be sick.
Exciting stuff going on, yeah. So we are doing our best to partner with our friends and the right partner, right parties, I should say, sorry. Yeah, we're all about community, and we're all about basically growing as one.
And just a quick aside on that too, which is really important for everyone to understand. Like Ben sort of alluded to there, you know, we've got our, especially the early adopters, we've got these guys, you guys, in our minds. We are planning the best things we can for you. and we know that you make or break our success. So we will ensure that you are rewarded for the support and the energy and just for playing the game. You're gonna be rewarded just for being there, and I think that's really cool. On top of that, we've also got some really cool strategies to try to take decentralization and really bring it to the metaverse on steroids. I really personally want to see the world shift away from big banks and mega rich people holding all the cash, and I want to see that wealth distributed more evenly amongst the masses, amongst everyone, because everyone's entitled to their fair share of riches in a democracy. And so some of the systems that Kevin is working with Phantasma on is to help us potentially provide blockchain solutions to our players where they can actually get paid to play. And this is quite revolutionary, because when you pay to play games, normally you will walk down, you'll jump online, you buy the game for $100, and then you start paying out microtransactions left, right, and center, and all that money just feeds back up to Epic Games, and they just own it all. We're actually giving you not only the ability to own property, NFT, and part ownership inside the game, we're actually going to be potentially paying you by taking some of that money and redistributing it back out across the community. That's right. That's fucking crazy, right? that's a big shift in the way that
that's exciting.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
It's a win-win-win model, and
absolutely.
I think I don't know of anyone else that has. There's a lot of pay-to-play models out there, but in terms of how we are looking at structuring it, we can't say too much about it right now. But I'm really excited to reveal a lot of the ins and outs once we design the economics of the game. And I say game, but it's really effectively an alternate reality, and that's what's exciting about it. This is what the metaverse is all about. It's about being able to provide real changes to people out there while still providing the entertainment and the fun, because it is possible. The world that we live in right now wants you to believe that it's not possible, but it actually is. And that is what we set out to achieve.
Absolutely. I think that actually sums it up super nicely, Kev. So maybe we should tie it up there, because I think Ben's coronas are running out on his phone, and I think he's probably gonna disappear on us pretty quick there.
Okay.
So a couple of feedback points from the community, which is important, because I'd really like to make sure that that their voice is heard. We had a couple of points come through that I'm trying to document into the workflow for us to continue to improve the game. There is some requests for, just bear with me a second. A lot of the requests we actually receive are things that we well know about. I don't recommend that anyone doesn't tell us what they think is missing, because at worst, it just assures us that we have our finger on the right pulse.
We're on the right track.
Yeah. So it's actually good feedback to hear, oh, you're missing this, or you're missing that, or that doesn't work. But you can also be reassured that what you're playing right now is literally just a live access to a work in progress project, where you're seeing it in real time being continuously iterated on and upgraded and improved. So everything you see right now is probably going to be gone by the time a year rolls around, and it will be replaced with better stuff, with better systems, with better experiences. And yeah, so just keep that in mind. But a couple of things that have come through is the ability to control the crowd a little bit more, where you can potentially control the gender, for example. I thought that was a really cool idea to have, really specific gender, controls to allow basically anyone to play and to have it their way. And that's what this is all about, is creating your perfect environment. The language support, like a lot of people are sort of wanting to have various different languages. One of our supporters is from Brazil, and they really want to have that language availability. So that stuff's coming through.
Do you mean with the NPCs?
What was that? Sorry.
Do you mean with the NPCs or in terms of the actual language for the game settings and everything?
Pretty much both of those to really have the ability to probably largely the UI more than anything. I mean, that's the way that I understood it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so that you could actually flip across your UI to show your native language and feel more comfortable in that environment.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and that's pretty fundamental. I mean, we will definitely do that. That's just something that comes a bit down the pipeline. But nonetheless, cool ideas. People want to have some functionality like switching controllers and those kind of basic things. And again, they are pretty fundamental things that just come in time. So I wouldn't worry too much about that stuff. And yeah, I might put together some better notes that I can report back on of feedback and stuff when we have another meeting like this. But anyway, ultimately, everyone's feedback has been absorbed, documented, is really cool and really appreciated. So yeah, anything final from you, Kev, that you think might be worthwhile?
Well, I was just gonna say I love the language idea. I almost feel like we could have different districts with different languages. Can you imagine if we had say like a Rio district and that was in Brazilian and Portuguese rather, and you could have a whole beachside system, and everyone's talking. Majority of people are talking Portuguese, and you got some people that are English, but it kind of makes that whole vibe so interesting to go and investigate from a player's perspective. That's like, I would love to dive myself, and even if I didn't understand the language, it would give me more motivation to learn. And if you can add, say, like maybe if we can turn on a control for
maybe just stop there for a second. I think he'll come back. Live streams. Rock on Metaverse. We'll do the next one in VR. Let them connect.
My phone's just died.
All right.
But we can, I was just saying, we could totally have, hang on a second. We could totally have like different districts and subtitles where people can actually come in and view what is happening right now. You know what I mean? Like they can see what's going on. Oh, here we go. Laptop time. There you are.
Yeah, oh, totally, man. I think there's so much. It's really exciting just thinking of all the potentials. And again, that's where we've got to be careful that we don't kind of get too, but we do have to feel them out. We've got to understand what that big picture looks like, and how we can actually move forward with a project proposal, because you know the kind of people that are sniffing around this project. Actually, one guy laughed at me when I told him how much I thought that we actually needed, and he said, "What is that all? I'll get you the money next week." You know, so yeah, got to think big too. But yeah, okay. Well, I think Biggie looks like he's just trying to jump back in, so I'll just give him a sec, jump in.
My audio's just cut out. Is Biggie.
There we go. All right. Well, hey, for everyone that's been made it through this far, I don't know what the hell you're doing here, but if you have, well done. Namaste. Thank you very much for watching. We'll probably do some. One of the things I really want to do, and I mean, I can't really tell you too much about it yet, but it's that content creation is now going to come out of the metaverse. So when we bring these kind of meetings to you in the near future, they're probably going to come at you from inside the metaverse, from inside VR. We're going to be hanging out in VR, filming that, and then putting it here for you to check out. So yeah, just be aware of that. Things are changing fast. Thank you very much for coming along. Thanks, guys, for taking the time to have a shout out to the stakeholders.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry about that. I lost battery, as you probably said earlier, and then I found a fast charger. So thank goodness. But yeah, like it will be kind of like we're doing our own TEDx's, if you would like to call it that, in MYX. So we'll be, up on.
Set us up a TEDx stage, mate.
the virtual stage. Yeah, we'll be up on a virtual stage and we'll be talking, and then yeah, it'll be good to then have you guys joining us, and also we'll open the floor as well and have you guys asking questions and etc. And we always love your guys' opinion, and anything that you guys do and say will be taken in accord, and potentially would be used. And if it does get used, then as a community that we are, we always give back. We're very giving people, loving giving people, and that's how we are all friends in the first instance. But yeah, so many cool positive things coming out.
Really exciting.
So sorry for the minor glitch, by the way. I'll
And
hear
also,
you guys now.
did you guys touch on the giving back to the community as well, as opposed to what do you call it? What am I trying to say? Like donations, like charity wise and things like that. We're also looking in that part too.
Yeah. Well, these are all things we can explain in future meetings, because we plan to have a couple of these. We'll try to make sure that everyone's just getting kept up to date. So hey man, I think that's a great start for us. So yeah, once again, namaste. Thanks everyone for help, and stay tuned. Keep your feedback coming, and just reach out to us. You now know us. I'm Paul, Ben, and Kev, and we're happy to help inside the Discord or wherever else we may be. Yeah, cool. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. We're all here. Cheers.
See you everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right, see you guys soon.